Welcome back to BAS 110. We're going to go through example in Chapter 2, example 2.4. We're going to talk about some of the special functions, and there's a whole list of them in Excel. We're just going to go through one today, a financial one. It's called the net present value. So, net present value, if you aren't familiar with the concept, takes a flow of cash flows and generally brings them back to the present value. Says, obviously, $25,000 10 years from now, I'd rather have the $25,000 today, but how much would I rather have? 20,000, 15,000? What exactly is it? So this function within Excel calculates the net present value for us so we can compare different investment alternatives. So the example they give you in the book is it's going to cost us $25,000 to put on a marketing campaign for a new product. Our new products are going to have sales of this level. In the real world, you'd probably want to look at earnings, but we're going to do the net present value for sales. Sales levels for the next 6 months here. So, and they want to know what's the net present value? Is this worth the investment? And if it's worth how much? So the discount rate they tell us is 3%. We're going to assume that's a monthly rate because that makes it easier in the net present value. And that's the way they did it in the book also. Normally, you put your discount rates at an annual rate. So to do this net present value, I simply went to a cell, opened up my functions. This is a financial function. I can either hit NPV there, or I can scroll down and find net present value. Open it up. Now it talks about a rate. Notice this is the rate discounted over the length of one period. Since our one period are months, that's why I'm going to put in this 3%. And remember, it's a monthly rate. Our values that we're discounting are those stream of values right there. And now we hit OK, and we get 36,000. And you say, wait a minute, it's the book says it's 11,000. Well, that's because we have to subtract our initial investment. So the net present value calculated the value of these inflows. Now I've got to subtract the cost and I don't have to do any net present value on the $25,000 because that's what I have to outlay today. So I subtract my $25,000, and there's the net present value of my inflows minus my one-time net present cost, the $25,000, is a net positive of $11,975. So this investment makes a lot of sense. I'm going to invest $25,000, going to get this stream of positive cash flows, and it'll have a net present value of this. The present value of this flow minus the fixed cost is 11,000. Another example that isn't in the book but you see advertised lots of times is commercials that say we can give you cash now if you have a paid annuity. Well, an annuity is nothing more than a stream of cash flows. I might have a pension payments where I'm getting monthly pension payments. And if I wanted that cash now, cash today, it's very easy for folks to convert that cash payments. Let's say I'm getting $5,000 a year for the next 5 years, so that'll be $25,000 over the period. I can calculate a discount rate, what interest I'm basically being charged, and again I'll do it one more time. I come up here, I do net present value, and my rate is 5%. My cash flow streams, and the reason it's nice to put these in as cells rather than typing in the number. Then if I want to change anything, I just change the cell so it makes it interactive. For example, if no, it's the discount rate is 10%. Notice all of a sudden, because I didn't do it here, I put it in as a hard number. That one didn't change, but these ones down here where I copied it up there, it makes your Excel worksheet dynamic. So that's just a special function, the net present value function, as you might Imagine here are all the financial functions to your heart's contents: interest rates, nominal net present value, a lot of different functions, discount yields. So if you're financial bent, you've got all sorts of options with all sorts of functions. The purpose of this video is simply to make you familiar with one, the net present value. That's perhaps the most handy one that you'll use, but you've got all sorts of flexibility and all sorts of options. Hope this helps. Have a great day.